The next movements, which I will name, explain, have demonstrated, and which you will conduct practical work on, is counter column. This movement is used when space is limited and the platoon leader wants to march the unit in the opposite direction with the squad leaders at the head of their squads. The command for this movement is counter column march and halt. Counter column march is a two-part command. Counter column is the preparatory command and march is the command of execution. Halt is also a two-part command when preceded by a preparatory command such as platoon or demonstrator. I will use demonstrator as a preparatory command and halt is the command of execution. When given, these commands are as follows. Counter column march! Demonstrators halt! Demonstrators post! I will use the step-by-step method of instruction. On the command of execution march of counter column march, the first squad marches forward 3 steps, executes a column right, marches across the front of the platoon, and executes another column right just beyond the 4th squad. The second squad steps forward 1 step, executes a column right, marches forward, executes another column right between the 3rd and 4th squads. The 3rd squad executes 2 short column lefts from the halt and marches between the remainder of the 3rd squad and the 2nd squad. The 4th squad marches forward 2 steps, executes a column left, marches across the front of the platoon, executes another column left between the 1st and 2nd squads. As the 3rd squad leader marches past the last man in the 3rd squad, he and his squad begin to march at the half step. After marching past the last man in each file, all other squads incline to the right and left as necessary, obtain normal interval on the 3rd squad, and begin to march at the half step. When all squads are abreast of each other, they begin marching with a 30-inch step without command. Counter column march! Note, during the movement, the platoon leader marches alongside the 1st squad, and the platoon sergeant marches 1 step to the rear and centered between the 2nd and 3rd squads. To further illustrate this movement, I will give a series of steps. Ready, step, 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 ready, step. To terminate the movement, the command is halt. The halt is executed in 2 counts, basically the same as a halt from a 30-inch step. For instructional purposes, on the command of execution step of ready step, bring the trail foot alongside the lead foot and assume the position of attention. Ready, step, reform. When marching, the preparatory command counter column is given as the left foot strikes the marching surface, and the command of execution march is given the next time the left foot strikes the marching surface. On the command of execution march of counter column march, the platoon executes the movement basically the same as from the halt, except the squad takes an additional step to ensure that the pivot foot is in the correct position to execute the movement. Note, when the platoon leader and platoon sergeant are marching at their posts as part of a larger formation, the platoon leader takes 3 steps forward and executes a column right, marches across the front of the platoon, executes another column right just beyond the 4th squad, marches to his post in the most direct manner, takes up the half step, and then steps off with a 30-inch step when the squad leaders come online. The platoon sergeant inclines to the right, follows the 3rd squad until the movement is completed, and then resumes his post. At normal cadence, these movements will look as follows. Fall in, right, face, counter column, march. Counter column, march! Demonstrators, halt! At ease! What are your questions pertaining to this movement when executed at normal cadence or using a step-by-step method of instruction? Demonstrators, attention! You now become my assistant instructors. Fall out!